Hello, and welcome back to Spoony Games and part 11 of Sound of Drop Fall into Poison. And when we left off, we were pretty much potentially about to fall into poison with venomous and poisonous frogs all around us that were melting and melting each other and just making lots more, well, noxious dissolvey fluid on the floor. The girl that possibly is our sister has pulled a fire extinguisher, shot that, and that's also set off the sprinklers. So hopefully, as she said, if we're even hit by a little venom, it may wash it off and we're not just gonna dissolve, but we'll see. The floor is soaked, I might slip. At that moment I falter, and so if I'd have done one more, I could have saved it the decision. I want to say run straight through because it's the quickest way, but that's more likely for us to have us falling over. But then going round, I don't know how long the sprinklers are going to last for. Oh, that's right. I can't, it's no laughing matter if I fall, so I'll go that way. Do you doubt me? Huh? You don't get that you don't have time for that, right? The girl speaks in a cold voice and closes the door, as if recognizing my suddenly slowed heartbeat. The rain stops, the sprinklers have turned off. Oh, I even said that. Well, no words will come out. Even as I come to understand my circumstances, I cannot say anything. Croak, croak, croak. Whatever frog noises. Kee, kee, kee. The frog's cannon continues as they hop freely about. They spray liquid all over. Ah! Frightened, I kick the bright red frog at my feet into the air. He is crushed with a splat, his venom watering the tips of my toes. Hot. I scream that word reflexively. Actually, ouch would probably fit better than hot. Yeah, we made the right choice. We made the wrong choice. Shaking, I look down at my foot. My right big toe is slowly melting away. Ah! Spray from my foot so high scatters about. Some of it getting in my left eye, my vision fading in sync with the intense pain. Yeah, we did. Crick, crick, crick. Gar, gar, gar. Kee, kee, kee. The stench of the ashes grows stronger once more. I have to get to the door. During the pain, I take a step. I crush several frogs, leaving the sensation of slippery meat. The fluids that scattered about strike me above the knee. As I take my second step, I lose my balance. I can't balance on the leg that has melted. But it doesn't hurt. Why? I get my answer quickly. My nerves have already been paralyzed. As long as I can't feel the pain, at least not the intense pain of my flesh melting. It's all fun and games. I laugh naturally, even though my body has begun to deteriorate. I feel no agonizing pain. Ah, how strange. In my fading consciousness, I keep thinking that I should at least try to laugh. The madness that follows indecision. Yay! I fell into poison. Okay, well, I guess I'll run straight through then. Got it! I have no time to doubt. I run for it through the rain from the sprinklers. God. I try to run without looking at my feet. The sensation of squashing the slippery meat continues. The liquid that gets scattered about with a squishing sound is washed off in the rain. Just 3 steps, that's just a moment. See, I had a feeling because they kept saying about slipping that she would have slipped. Idiot. With one last step I stumble. The girl grabs me with her extended hand and pulls me out. I collapse, but it's outside of the souvenir shop. The door is already closed, and there are no frogs anywhere. Thank you, but it's already been more than 5 minutes, so why? As I catch my breath, I express my thanks to the girl. I just remembered that I owe you a debt. You are kind. I might have misjudged you a bit. You didn't misjudge me. If you had hesitated any further, I would have closed the door. Yeah, we found that out. But you believed in me, right? That I could do it. You're gonna drive me nuts, so stop it with this stuff. Expressionlessly, the girl says this in a flat tone. Holding on to this gentle feeling, I prepare to move on. Speaking honestly, I want to rest here like this. My clothes are soaked and I've used up a lot of my strength. However, it feels like if I were to really relax, I might never end... Stop making up words. Like I might never get up again. Even if I don't keep my momentum, I can't save Hinamo. If I don't keep my momentum. I'm about to gain some relief from resting against the wall. The girl who rescued me seems to be resting just like I am. Huh, that's the gacha gacha, is it? As we're resting against the wall, I realise that this type of gacha gacha situated in front of the souvenir shop has changed. How ironic. 5 years ago. What do you mean? You said it yourself, that your sister went missing 5 years ago? You remembered? Of course. Inside the gacha machine there are many kinds of keychains. They all have charms with various creatures attached to the droplets. The link between Mary and I, now the item of my memories that links Hinamo and Aya as well. My little sister, her name is Mari. I didn't ask. You see, 5 years ago we had an argument over keychains. Mari wanted the jellyfish one, but I wouldn't trade with her. She disappeared sulking. Still didn't ask. I have this one. I take the keychain that I have received from Hinamo out of my pocket. It's the one with the starfish attached to the droplet. Huh? As I hold it out to the girl, I realise that there's something attached to the back. A picture printed on a sticker. It's a pretty old sticker. A small girl and a man embracing her. The two of them are smiling and seems to be having a lot of fun. The man who is wearing a suit and seems quite serious is probably her father. The words Manten Aquarium run along the picture's border. The souvenir shop had a sticker booth, so I'm sure they took this picture here. More than anything else, I'm disturbed by the fact that the girl in the picture looks like Mari. It's not just her face, but her long hair, and that smiles too. As her big sister, the girl seems like she could be Mari's twin. Hey, that's... Pointing to the Keychain. The girl speaks. My consciousness is yanked back from my memories. What is it? I ask the girl as she shows some interest in the keychain, but I receive no response. Her averted eyes tell me nothing. Your little sister, she went missing here, right? Huh? Yeah. The girl suddenly changes the subject back, leaving me a bit flustered. He doesn't press any further with questions. It's the same with my dad. Huh? But in my case, I know he's dead rather than missing, so it's different. I know he was murdered. Your father was murdered? I can't grasp the detached way the girl is speaking. She's talking about her own family member, but the girl is completely apathetic. She has the calm of someone reading a newspaper article out loud. Well, I'm going now. But I haven't heard all of the girl's story yet, and if things get like they were before, it will be better if there are two of us. The words won't come out right. The state of panic I'm in should be enough to express what I want to say. However, the girl stands her grounds to the end. When I'm with you, you hold me back. Hold you back? What do you mean? If dying is what it takes for me to learn the truth, then that's fine. You could never resolve yourself to that. Fine with dying? You can't let yourself die. Shut up. Shut up, you're awful. You have that friend Hinamo, right? If you die, what happens to her? I have no idea whether or not this is her way of trying to encourage me. However, I understand what she's trying to say. She's trying to say that each of us has is on our own. Let's become friends. That way you can't say so easily that you're fine with dying, right? That part of you is exactly what I meant when I said you hold me back. Without answering my question, the girl pushes me away. Swiftly turning her back on me, the girl walks on ahead. What should I have done? Let's stay where I am until the girl's back becomes so small I can no longer see it. I pass in front of the souvenir shop, then end up standing in front of the door to the jellyfish booth. I wonder if the girl is already gone. If she ended up in a safe place, she probably already passed through it. If nothing happens, it takes less than a minute to pass through the jellyfish booth. If by any chance she's still there, we'll surely just meet in passing. The girl is determined to take a different path than I. I wonder, what will happen to me? More death. I may return to a point before the tank glass ruptures, or I may end up in the jellyfish booth at the same time after the tank glass ruptured. I'll never know if I don't try going in. I become cautious. Slowly I open the door. Huh? At that moment, the air becomes shaky. What is this? Is different? Field of view before me becomes red, and the air becomes so cold it could freeze. This is no longer a matter of dimensions, of wondering what time period this is. Something is different. The jellyfish booth is distinctly in a different place from the aquarium. All the water in the tank is red. In the jellyfish booth, I know the transparent jellyfish are illuminated by various colours of lighting. The reds and purples, usually a pretty sight, but this place is different. All of the pillar-shaped tanks are bright red. It's a repulsive sight, as if all the water has been replaced with blood. I have to go. A bit confused, I take a step forward. Despite the fact the floor at my feet should be solid, I stagger. My sense of equilibrium is off. I proceed 1, then 2 steps. At this point I start to feel like I might fall. Even so, I head further inside. If I can pass through another door, I should be able to escape this bizarre phenomenon. No matter what, I have to hurry. Suddenly I stumble and place my hand on a pillar tank. The temperature of the tank is slightly warmer than that of a cold air. Huh? Just as I'm about to move forward using the tank to support myself, I peer into the red water. Where there should be jellyfish floating about, there is something completely different. Body parts! I wasn't far off. There's a body part. No! I'm unable to stop the scream that bursts from my mouth. An unbelievable sight stops me in my tracks. A face! A face! Gah! Human faces float about. Whatever is below their neck appears as if it's been assimilated into the blood, blending in with the contents of the tank. It isn't just one of them, just as with the previous jellyfish booth. There are more and more and more of them. I wobble and break away from the tank, landing on my backside. I don't know whose face it is. It's not as if it would be someone I know. You never know, it could have been your sister in one of them. Or that guy, or your friend. But no matter which face it is, they all seem to be staring at me. Here in the heart of the jellyfish booth. Taking a step back, I can see that all of the tanks have human faces floating inside of them. They have some differences, such as some of faces being blank, some have their eyes bulging open, some have bloodshot eyes, and they are all looking at me. What is this? That face over there's nose is twitching, that face's lips are trembling, and way over there that one has a crease in its brow. Ba-da-bum, my heart beats faster. Ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum. In rhythm with my heartbeat, I experience a hallucination that the faces in the tanks are drawing closer. No, this is... Hehehe. What? No. It isn't a hallucination. I'm certain that all of these faces are getting closer to me. The fact that they are getting larger serves as proof. The boundary between the tanks and the air is gradually being removed. The room is becoming all water. The faces are swimming in the water, drawing closer to me. As the faces draw closer, the sound within the water grows louder. Rather than someone's laughing voice, it is the sound of someone sobbing that grows louder instead. Either way, the Same to me, wearing away my mental state. Stop it! A voice unfamiliar to me is snaring at me. Little by little, these unfamiliar faces are closing in on me. Yes, you've said this many times now. Move! Do something! Stop standing there pointing out the obvious. Before I realise it, my feet can no longer confirm whether the floor is there or not. I have to go! Yes, you do. So I put all my strength into my knees. I've really learned that time is of the essence. I have to take some sort of action. Should I use force? Should I steady myself to move easier? If distance is the issue, then the way I came is just a bit closer. I save. You've stated that going back is closer. But then one of the other times you tried to go back, you ended up drowning. It's one of these cases where I don't know what what's the bad answer. Let's try it. My resolution can no longer be shaken. Even if I go back, I don't know if I will be safe. If that's the case, I have no choice. The way with even a small chance. I'll have to choose this way with even a small chance. Unable to tell whether I'm floating or standing, I frantically move my arms and legs. Faces are closing in, but even as I look up, I'm not afraid. Preceding myself, I move forward a bit. Even if there's no feeling left in my legs, I get the feeling that I am actually drawing closer to the door. Just a little bit more. Suddenly a loud sound interrupts my movement. That sound is familiar to me. It's the sound I've heard in this jellyfish booth before. The sound of glass breaking resonates from behind me. Still, I won't give up. I refuse to turn around. If I were to see something bad right now, this time my heart may really break. In that case, it may be better for me not to know. On the heels of that thought, various voices, all laughing and crying, begin to resonate behind me. They are probably voices of those faces floating in the blood. The voices steadily draw near, finally closing in on me. Fish with human faces. They say that fish with human faces swim about. It reminds me of the urban legend Hinamo talked about. However, I don't have time to be in shock over a rumour being true. I won't falter. Human faces and shards of glass are passing by the edge of my field of vision. Occasionally they touch my cheek or forehead, but I move forward. I drift as I move along, grabbing the door with a clank and encourage myself out loud so I don't lose focus. I have no idea what lies ahead. Almost at the same time as I pull on the door, I begin to feel heavy pressure against my back. It's heavy. Why? I can guess what's happened. Surely the fish is stopping me from moving on. This feeling I have of having my clothes pulled on this is proof of that. I never thought fish could be this strong. I'm going, so... I bowed down on my lip and tried to move forward. The harder I try to move forward, the stronger the fish's resistance becomes. Hinamo is suffering even more. I shut my eyes, grind my back molars and hurl myself at the door. The door flies open and I fall to the ground. Even so, I muster up my courage and shut the door. There is no longer any pressure against my back. Did we make the right choice? Well, considering it happened behind us, if we'd have gone that way, surely they would have broken near us or in front of us? Well, let's hope so. Huh? Beyond the door is not the fish of the world booth. It's dark and narrow, similar to the staff passageway I passed through before. Turning about and looking around, I realised that this is a passageway after all. So the jellyfish booth had at least 3 doors. The one I initially came through, the one that leads to the entrance, and this door that connects to the staff-only passage. A closer inspection shows me that the wall is made of one-way glass. It's been created using something stronger than acrylic fibre. There's water in the space between, serving as a border between the booth and the other side, like a magic mirror. It's been made so that customers cannot see the staff members moving around. From here I can see the fish of the world booth. Somehow this place feels safer when compared to the jellyfish booth. I was going to say, yeah, just don't go in that room anymore. You've just had 2 occurrences in there. It's a bad room. It's very different from the first time I visited, with the offensive smell being completely gone. Inside I can see familiar silhouettes. That's 2 females. One is an adult, the other is a girl. The visibility is a bit dinky or dicey, making it hard to tell, but that looks like the girl from earlier and whatever that woman's called. Yeah, the female aquarium employee, the heartless one who said Hinmo couldn't be saved. The 2 of them are in front of the tank I'm looking at. The fact that they haven't realised I'm there must mean they're really something of a one-way mirror. Both of them are facing each other, their expressions grim. The sound is cut off by all the layers, but I can tell they are arguing over something. Ah! At that moment the girl raises her right hand to the woman and follows through with all her might. She slaps her with such vigour that it surely resonates with a loud, dry smacking sound. She rubs her left cheek and grins wildly. Seeing her grin with such composure after being struck gives me chills. The girl only deepens the crease in her brow. At this rate, things will only intensify. I realise that I have no time to stop them. I realise that I have to stop them, not no time. Duh. Just making up my own words to the story. Which I think this time is a good place to stop it. Are we going to stop them or observe them? I don't know. Part of me feels if I observe them just because of how that woman is and about her... What is it? She wanted to do research or look into things. She may do something to the girl because she's just been slapped. I think stopping them is the better option. But yeah, we'll find out next time. At least we survived the jellyfish booth. I thought we were going to die. I always think we're going to die. It's the roll of the dice, which choice is going to make us live. But anyway, take care everyone. Bye for now.